Westminster, the mother of parliaments, a place where for centuries the government and opposition have vigorously debated the big issues of the day.
Order!
Imagine you were asked to deliver a speech in Parliament in front of politicians, changemakers and the media. Could you do it?
This would definitely, be one of the first public speaking events.
13 young people are about to try just that.
I'm in my last year of GCSEs.
They'll be supported by the Speakers Trust, the UK's leading public speaking charity, and its partners.
The person actually look them in the eye and give them the bacteria sign.
At the headquarters of global communications agency SEC Newgate, in the heart of the City of London. Then they'll leave behind their normal lives to travel to the House of Lords in Westminster to give their maiden speech on the change they want to see in the world.
It's faced a lot of challenges in regards to youth services. That's where my passion really came from.
It will take courage.
I'm a tad bit nervous, but I think that's natural.
And passion.
I have to admit, I'm scared.
To win over the politicians of Westminster. These young people will have to summon all their strength and resilience to speak.
I just have so much to say.
And be heard. The day begins at the headquarters of global communications agency SEC Newgate. And after getting to grips with the coffee machine, it's time to meet experienced public speaking trainer Brendan McGeehan.
I can also try and make that connection. Some people say look above their heads. I don't know about you, I find that actually makes me really dizzy because there's nothing to focus on.
The programme of the day is to start by building young people's confidence in what they have to say. We then take them through the key elements of a persuasive speech, which is what content they put in that speech, how they structure their argument, and finally, how they deliver their message.
First to speak in Westminster and representing young enterprise will be economics student Mahek Jain.
And I wanted to kind of look for something that I could talk about for days and days. That's how I kind of got to the point what my speech is on now, which is on environmental education.
One of the youngest speakers to take part, representing Barnardo's, is Doreen Idris, a GCSE student from Northern Ireland.
Identity is just put on two boxes, but it's not on just religion, it's on who you are as a person. I think that's an important message for people to realise.
Originally from Birmingham, but now studying theology and religion in Bristol, Samuela Achiri is representing UK youth.
Coming from Birmingham, which has recently declared itself as bankrupt, it's faced a lot of challenges in regards to youth services. So that's where my passion really came from.
Before they can begin practicing their speech, the young people need to warm up, and their trainer Brendan has a few interesting exercises for them.
Say walk out, you win. Okay, play after me. Valley of Victory, 3, 2, 1, go. Valley of Victory. All right. Okay.
With their warm-up now complete, it's time to start practicing their speech. But first, some words of advice and encouragement from veteran TV correspondent Robin Brandt.
You know, in my journalism, my reporting, I couldn't believe it when I looked at some of my other colleagues, my competitors, and they were delivering their journalism in an unenergised way. They weren't really engaging. I was thinking, if I'm not energised by this, if I'm not engaged by this, how is my audience ever going to feel those emotions as well? So preparation and passion.
With the talk now over, there's time to practice their final speeches, which need to be under 3 minutes long. But how are they getting along?
This could be excused with the behaviour of adults, as they may, when they, I can't.
Pause, you can. Yeah. So what's happening here, whenever we hit that line, you're then stopping saying I can't, which is super important. And this is really good because this is the practice, right? What's really important in this moment is not to let that wash over and hit stop, yeah? So I pause the timer. What you've had so far is unreal, right? And the things that you were reading off the sheet already, we've just seen that you didn't need the sheet because you remembered it all. It's in here. You wrote the words, you wrote the speech, you keep your heart in your head, yeah? So Alicia, you do not just trust in yourself.
To deliver a great speech, the speakers will have to control their nerves. But how are they feeling with only a few hours to go?
I think the nerves are kind of hitting now. I think before this time, I haven't really felt that nervous because it's been a while away for me. Ooh, sorry, but I think for me, I think the closer you get to the actual event, you get more nervous. So right now, we just did a practice, and it's also because I'm first on the running order. So I'm going up and I'm like, oh my God, I have no one else to compare it to as well. I don't know what the bar is, I don't know what the limit. So I'm kind of just like, I don't know what to do kind of thing. So now
With the speech now just 2 hours away, there's only time for one quick selfie before the speakers get in a taxi and make their way to the House of Lords.
We're on our way to the House of Lords.
Seeing some of the famous sights of London along the way. The young people have now arrived at Westminster, and they're not the only ones, with MPs, lords, media personalities and changemakers packing the room. But are there any last-minute nerves?
I'm feeling quite nervous but good. I'm feeling good because the message is going to be spread. I think being with everyone, seeing everyone else is in the same boat really helped.
I think I'm slightly nervous. I'm going first out of everyone and kind of hitting me right now. But I'm really excited. It's really nice to hear everyone's voice in the room.
Our speakers have trained, practiced, had fun, made friends, and overcome adversity. But the time has now arrived for our 13 young people to summon all their strength to speak and be heard.
Please welcome to the stage, Mehek Jain.
41% of people believe that environmental issues are not being taught well under the current UK education system. The UK national curriculum first introduces ideas of climate change at the age of 11. If I'm being honest, at the age of 11, I was unaware of how serious the climate crisis was and still is.
What comes to mind when you think of Birmingham? Do you think of Peaky Blinders, Cadbury chocolate, canals, or even our accent, for better or for worse? Well, a fact that is often overlooked is that 40% of our population is under 25, making us the youngest city in Europe.
My skin should be seen. My skin should be honoured. My skin should be celebrated. Growing up in a place where I was forever a minority was difficult. I never felt like I could fit in, and I struggled to find my place at home.
So Alicia, it's in here.
Do you remember the last time the youth were involved within the process of decision-making of any policy?
It is time to upskill our generation, our younger generation, to mitigate climate change at a faster rate. Don't leave it all to that one teacher.
Help us create a reality where youth cuts aren't headlines, but they are indeed just history. Thank you.
So today, I ask you, what are people like you going to do to make sure people like me feel seen, heard, and valued in our society?
It was amazing, honestly. It went way better than I expected it to be, and yeah, it just sort of flowed out perfectly.
I think it not only did it give me this opportunity, but I think I'm going to carry through the things I've learned for job interviews, for other speeches, so much in the future.
It was incredible. It was so nice to be up there talking in front of all these important people and just watching their face look at you, and they were really paying attention, and that was so nice. And to also see all your friends in the crowd kind of supporting you as well. It was honestly an incredible experience.